websites competition, and then I want you to pull up your website. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your mental eraser out, and you're going to erase their logo and their contact information, and you're going to look at your website, erase your logo and your contact information, and you're going to see if you can tell a difference between the two. And if you can't tell them apart, the brides can't tell them apart. So you need to think about that. How can you set yourself apart from your competition? Now, I know that it's hard in this online world to keep up with a lot of the things that are going on, but there's one tool that I personally love, and it's called Google Alerts. Google Alerts will take you 2 minutes to set up. You set up an account, you put in keywords that you want to be notified about, you set the preferences of how often you want to be notified, and what happens magically in your email box, you get a report that says when somebody has posted something about you. Put in someone else's name, put in your own name, and that way you can be aware of what's going on with the competition, what people are even saying about you. Now the next part of that is that while you're on the online world, you can also look to question and answer forums to help build those services, to help find those unique opportunities. I love question and answer forums. Why? Because people are posting problems. They are looking for solutions. So why aren't you being that solution? Go on there, find what the brides are complaining about, and find a way to fix it. And then you post back. You tell them, hey, I've got an answer for you. And the thing is, as they start seeing you pop up on those answers, you also become a leader in your field. Now, I wanted to share with you a man that we met while we were out at the Wedding MBA. His name is Peter Mary. And when he came up on the stage for his presentation, he picked up his iPod and he said he had been replaced. He said, I am a DJ, this is my iPod, you've been to those weddings, I have been replaced. But the thing was, he had not been replaced. His services are so unique. The things that he does at weddings are so entertaining that Peter has actually come up with a new title for himself. He calls himself an wedding entertainment director. So I'd like to play you a little clip from one of his presentations, and you can tell me if you think he deserves the title.
Groom was going to dance with his mom, and the song that he selected was You Are My Sunshine. He selected this particular song because his mom taught him to sing it when he was 3 years old. This is Eric and his mother, Mary Louise. Okay, so the song was You Are My Sunshine. His mom had taught him to sing it when he was 3 years old.
You are my sunshine.
Unbeknownst to him, his mom got in touch with me and got me a tape cassette that had something very special on it that she wanted me to play at the beginning of the song. When I heard what was on the cassette, I decided to do something different. I found this version with Bing Crosby that had an instrumental bridge. We edited out the rest of the lyrics because they're about a guy whose woman left him for somebody else. We took the portion of what had been on this cassette tape that she gave me and mixed it into the song over the musical bridge. So they were both surprised when they heard this. That's Eric at 3 years old. That only took 4 hours.
Now, I hope that inspired you, because it inspires me. Now, if that doesn't inspire you, maybe this will. Peter makes $5,000 a night as a wedding entertainment director. Yeah, that's impressive. Okay, I knew I could get you. Now the thing is, there's different ways that you can bring things up and bring unique services to your brides. And if you need inspiration, I will tell you, go onto YouTube, type in the best wedding reception ever. That's the name of Peter's book, and that's what all of his testimonials, all of his unique services that you can see online will bring up. Oh, please, if you need any inspiration, please look to Peter for it, because he's a great, great wedding professional to look to. Now, of course, there's always different ways to bring in your brides, but we all know that the best way is referral, your word-of-mouth business. But there's other ways that you need to look at doing that. And then this is when we come into your advertising. Now, of course, there's many different types of ways of advertising. There's the traditional way of doing direct mail or print. There's more progressive ways, such as social networking. But no matter what you do, you need to always make sure that you set a clear vision and branding for your advertising. People see you in multiple different areas, And if you don't have the same message across those different pieces, they're not going to remember you. So make sure that you set your brand that gives visual recognition and a vision of your services. And you should always think in your head, what are 3 sentences that explain my business? Because you never know when you're going to run into a bride or a potential client any place. It could be in an elevator, it can be in a networking situation like this, it could be any place that you might be walking around in the grocery store. So always make sure that you have 3 sentences to explain what you do. Say, hi, my name is Stacy Shiring. I'm a creative director with Shiring Design. I do creative marketing solutions for wedding professionals and integrate technology into their advertising and websites. That was easy, right? It was easy because I thought about it before. So that I know when I talk to people that I can tell them what I do. So you need to make sure you have those 3 sentences always ready in case you come in contact with a client. So make sure that you have that constant branding because repetition is key. Repetition is key, repetition is key, repetition is key. They need to hear it over and over again. Now let's take a look at the couple questions that you need to ask about your advertising. Now, how many people can tell me who this is? Yell it out. Oh, see, I love these coupons. They come in your mail like once a month, right? Now let's take a look at the questions that we should be asking, and we're going to use our Bed Bath & Beyond since everybody has one and knows what they look like. Now first of all, we're going to, and you might be rolling your eyes, oh come on, like these are silly, but I am a graphic designer by trade, and I'll tell you what, you'd be amazed at the stuff that comes across my desk. So first we're going to start with a clear message. Is that a clear message? 20% off one of our hundreds of thousands of items, Bed Bath & Beyond coupon on bath. Pretty easy there. First part on there, you notice that they don't have a picture of their 1,000 items that they offer. Why do they do that? So that you, when you're thinking of that toaster, or you're thinking of that can opener that you need, you're not looking going, no, they don't have that, so I'm not going to go. Do not give your brides too much information that they don't have to call you. You want to create interest with your advertising. You don't want to give them all the answers. Next, you need to create urgency. Do they create urgency on here? It says coupon expires 11/11/09. Now we all know if you bring it in, they'll really take it, but on your offers, you really need to stand by them. And actually, this is a great place that you can, again, look for those unique qualities. There's a recession. Find the problems, you create a recession package. And that way you've answered their problem, and you put an expiration on it, and you've created urgency. Now, the next part on it that is one of my pet peeves is finding contact information. Now, you need to be careful on this because you have to think of what you want your ad to do. Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to come into your store? Do you want them to go onto your website? Make sure whatever it is that you want them to do, that information is easy to find. And lastly, can you track it? How many people in here track their advertising? Raise hands. How many people track their websites? Great. Oh, I'm so happy to see that. Thank you, thank you. You should track everything you do because how do you know if it's working if you do not track it? And there's 2 ways you track. They're very simple. You try, you fail, you adapt, and then you try again. Or if you get lucky, well, not lucky, you work on it, you do try, succeed, and improve and try again. There's not 100% guarantee to any advertising that you do, but when you track, you can tell what is working and what is not. And remember that every time that a bride sees your advertising, whether it be a direct mail piece or an email blast that you're sending out, or they attend a bridal show and you have a booth there, that is a moment that you are getting a chance to stand in front of them and tell them your message. So make sure that message is clear, there's urgency, and that they're easily able to contact you. Now,